Go on in. Jen, I'm going this way. Jenny, I'm going this way. So it's Sunday morning. Just got back from the car boot, surprise, surprise. So I'll show you what I bought. A couple of things for the garden. So far we haven't fed any birds or anything, but we've got a couple of bird feeders. So I've got some wild bird seed and some mealworm, and in there some fat balls. Did a 7 for £1. Then I bought this. It's only from Home Base originally, but it was from Fred, my wood guy, and it's a bit of a bugger to get in. But hang on. 1, bloody hell, that's stiff. 2, 4. But for £6, I thought this was a bit of a bargain. I'm always missing different bits, screw bits. I've got loads of Allen keys, but they always come in, don't they? These were useful. I haven't got any of these sort of very sort of fine tip pliers, so they'll come in useful. Got pliers and wire cutters. About my 10th hammer. Nothing really there that's I would particularly need, but it'll all fit in. These are clever little things. Just clamp things together. Maybe glue in bits of wood or whatever, put those over. Excuse me. But yeah, £6 for all that. So I was going to buy it to flip, to sell it for maybe, I don't know, 20 or whatever online, but I think it's a bit too much hassle, and those in particular, and those make it worthwhile. And then the only other thing I got, oh no, a couple of things. So we want a bit of a sort of a wilder section of the garden at the back. So I've got this Achillea. Nice colour, I thought. So if I can start to encourage that at the back of the garden, and that was £2. And then it wouldn't be Sunday if I didn't get my £5 worth of wood. So again, from Fred, £5. I'm using quite a bit for different projects every week, so you can't argue at £5 for that. It's rough as, to be honest. I mean, some of it is all cracking and everything, but mainly it's absolutely fine for the job. So I've got a bit of an area around the back. I haven't had to store much here, but it's like a bit of a covered woodshed. So I'm using it at the moment, but I'm just going to build up stocks of wood, and then I'll always have stuff in. Oops. This is the stuff that I'll be using for the fencing if I need it as well. So yeah, that's a pretty handy little area near my oil tank. So I've just moved the tomato plant, which was hanging on the bird feeder. But now we've got some food for the birds. We'll go and get the 2 bird feeders, clean them out, and then let's see what birds we've got, because at the moment all we've really seen is a couple of blackbirds and loads of bloody pigeons, and we saw a wren the first couple of days, and that was it. So let's see if we can encourage a few birds into the garden and see what else we've got. try again. Nice mix of mealworm and wild bird seed. So that's another quick job done. Relocated the tomatoes and started feeding the birds. What do you reckon, Jen? What do you think? You happy? Yeah? There we go. Kirsten cleared a lot of this bed. This is the first bed that we've started to clear to make it a proper kitchen garden. So she did really well. She worked on it for a couple of hours last night. Just got a little bit more to do, which I believe she's going to do shortly today. And then we're going to start to recondition the soil a bit, get some of these stones out that I've got in somehow. I've got some potash, I've got some, I'm going to put a full 80 litre bag of compost on here as well. Maybe have a look at the leaf mulch and see if any of that's ready. And basically let that bed in for a few weeks, but I want to put onions into there, maybe garlic this winter or this autumn. So in an attempt to get this rabbit situation sorted, I'm going to try and secure the kitchen garden first. So obviously this is a big wide open gap that leads onto the main garden, which is much more difficult to sort out. So I've got to work out how I'm going to do it. I'm going to I get some sort of rabbit wire, chicken wire along there. And here I've got to have some sort of panel that I put down on the night time. They're not going to be bothering us whilst we're around on the daytime, so I can just lift it out. It's a bit too wide for a sort of just a normal gate. Well, I could get a gate, but as I think just a panel for overnight when we're not in, or when we're not in, should suffice. And then wire the rest. Maybe all the way along the picket. I don't know whether the rabbits are going to get in there or not. But anyway, I want to concentrate on this today, and certainly underneath that trellis, and the first run or two of trellis is going to be wired up as well. So I'm going to try and create something where I can almost like put a sort of bracket in. So attach that to the fence post and then get something to slide in there.
We got this from the car boot the other day for £3. Thought it might be good for getting through the clay soil. This bit's not particularly clay soil, but it's really nifty. You see, look, you go like that, you dig down, and you keep going, and it just gets lower and lower and lower, and it's like loosening all the soil up. I suppose it's like a handheld rotavator.
Come on. Come on. Right, Tom. Go ahead. Go on.
That's Kirsten's new air fryer. She got given that just because she's on YouTube with the Kirsten's Curiosities thing. So basically they just send her to keep, and she's got to say whether it's good or bad. It's not bad, is it? If Husqvarna or Bosch or Briggs & Stratton or Honda want to throw things at me, like mowers, new Husqvarna ride-on, anything like that, I'll tell you whether it's good, okay, or crap. No problem at all. So yeah, feel free to send free stuff. Right, I'm gonna have a sit down. So it's 5:45 in the morning, and I'm painting the kitchen because that's the sort of thing that I do. Just where we took off a TV bracket yesterday. Well, I took off a TV bracket yesterday. And so this part of the kitchen wall just needs repainting. Needed filling and repainting. So just on the second coat, so you won't be able to see much difference, to be quite honest, but I can. This is really good paint, actually. Johnson's. Any comments about my videos are like watching paint drying, and you will be blocked immediately. We have really, really nosy neighbours. Look at that one in the middle. You bugger off. That one's very interested as well. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 birds on the fat ball. What are they called? Which ones? So that was them, wasn't it? So mainly black and white with some pink, very long tail. So yeah, we have got a family of those in the garden, which is nice. Morning. So I am at our storage container, well, what is going to be our ex-storage container. So we're moving from a 20-footer to a 40-footer. We've just paid for 6 months. I've just picked up the keys for it. So now I've got the task of moving all my stock and packaging and everything from our business to this 40-footer the other side of the yard. So it'll be best part of a good morning's work, maybe into the early afternoon. But yeah, that's my job today. So yeah, this is today's task. Quite a lot of stuff to do. There's a bit of my daughter's stuff from her house. She's just moved from her student place. She's living with us at the moment, but she's getting her place in Nottingham soon. So there's some of her stuff, but predominantly it's business stuff, packaging, and then stock. Lots and lots of stock, all to move over and also to sort out when we get to the new container. The new container is, as I say, is twice as big as this and a bit taller as well, so loads of space. So this is the new one. Plenty of space. Just need some more stock now, because even when we get all of our stock in here, it'll still look half empty. But we do plan on building up our stocks over the next few months, so that's all good. So back and forth from the old to the new all morning. Got a bit of help. Court's going to help later on. Maybe my daughter's going to come down as well. So all good. Right, the old one is empty. The new one, loads of space, but all of our stock is in here now. Gone really well. So Katie, my daughter's helped. Court came as well, and we've got everything finished. Look at that. Plenty of space to build up the business. My two helpers are on their phones. Right, let's get back to the garden.
It does look like it's got up a ruined castle or something.
Oh, my phone nearly went off.
No.
It's got blast.
That's the name of the family plant.
So we've had 3 days away from the garden and the house. We're visiting my son and his partner up in Newcastle, and well, just on the outskirts of Newcastle. And yeah, this is a few hundred yards away from where they live. Pretty amazing countryside. I've just seen a deer. Everywhere they took us has been fantastic. The Northumberland coast is cracking. Really, really nice. Back to the house and garden today, later on, so I won't be able to get anything done today. Basically, this last couple of weeks, it was sort of so many jobs to do outside the garden, DIY jobs, as I showed in my previous video, and then other things happening as well. So it'd be nice to really get back into the garden in a day or so's time, but I don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday this week. I've got the guys who are diverting the septic tank away from the farmer's field, so that is going to be very disruptive. We're not sure how the garden is going to be left afterwards, whether it's going to affect fencing, the rabbit proofing, the actual hedge itself, that main border. So it's a bit of a worry, but let's see what the week brings. We've got a couple of days gardening beforehand. Must cut the grass. I'll cut the grass for about 2.5 weeks, and to get everything ready, I'm hoping it's going to be dry as well when they're doing the work, so that it's not going to sort of destroy all the other turf around where they're actually diverting it. So yeah, fingers crossed. So I want to enjoy the next sort of few hours here, and I've got a 4-hour drive back, and then yeah, crack on with next week. So back to work today, on the garden, that is. The grass is pretty long. I would normally like to do it every sort of week, 10 days, but it has been 2.5 weeks because of different things that have happened. So we're going to cut the grass nice and early because it's going to get up to towards 30 today. And it doesn't really show it on here, but it is pretty long. So yeah, that's the longest I've left it so far. So I'll get on with that before it gets really hot and sunny. It's a nice temperature at the moment. And then see what else we've got to do. This is the area that's going to be dug up this week. Sort of from there, and it's going across here, we think, through the main border and down by the hedge, or it could go down there, but I've got a feeling the roots of that walnut tree would be too big, so I reckon it'll be going in front of the pampas grass and across by that sort of rhubarb in the main bed, which is going anyway. So yeah, we'll get the grass done, get it all tidy, ready for them to cause destruction later on in the week. So this is the mower, Cobra, which I believe is a Nottingham firm, and Honda engine, decent size, so I think it's a 21 inch or something. Really quite good. I've really been pleased with it so far. So that's the main lawn cut. It's very damp, so mower kept on clogging up, but overall I'm happy with that, and I had to get it done this morning because although it's gone a bit cloudy, it's saying it's going to be red hot today, so I didn't want to do that any later than now, so I'm happy with that. I've not scalped it, I never do. You know, there's still a bit of clover in there, a bit of buttercup still showing, but it's a nice healthy sort of height. Just clean up the mower again, then I just got to do the front part. Always tip your mower that way and not on its side, and cleaning it out. I've got this old TV bracket which I use, which is ideal. It's like a sort of ramp jack, whatever. Give that a good sort out, and then I'll get on with the next part, which is around the front. Some really noisy jets have just come over, so just missed those. Right, so cut the grass, the front and the main lawn as well. I came round and Jenny has been an absolute pain. She's been digging up behind the pampas grass. What have you been up to? What have you been up to? Hey! No! So I've covered a lot of it just behind there. She's absolutely gone under the pampas grass. There was obviously a rabbit hole or warren, whatever you call it, underneath, and she's just increased it significantly. She had about 20 minutes on her own behind there, and I came and she had a black face and looked very, very guilty. So next job today is, this has been a massacre. Ow, Jenny, she's a pain in the arse today. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I've cut this right down from it being in the tree. It's planted in the wrong place, to be quite honest with you. So I've cut it down significantly, but I then want to get some of that middle stump out. So that's the next job. So we shall use this little Day Plus sort of mini chainsaw. It's been really good so far. The chain's come off once and it was a bit fiddly to get back on, but overall it is very good. I won't be filming as I need both hands, but I might put it on the time lapse thing. Let's see if it can set it up. Come here. You need to calm down today. You've been a pain, haven't you? I was just cutting those big stumps off, and the idiot just went and, just as it was falling, ran towards it. And she got walloped by a big branch. And there is no telling her. Yes, we can keep her in, but then she's crying that she wants to be out. Gotta be a bit more careful, aren't you? Eh? Silly. So it's been a much bigger job than I thought, but really happy with that conifer now. It's the best it can possibly look at this stage. Might still get the whole thing out at one day, but yeah, it is now the correct shape, the correct size, and it's not going into a beautiful horse chestnut. That's a major job done. Very happy with that. You okay? Yeah, you look fine, don't you? Come on, let's have a walk around the garden. Okay, so I'm going to wind this vlog up now. Got a coffee, going to have a sit down for a bit. A few jobs to do inside. Only just got back to the garden after a few days away, but this is going to be the next job in the next video. It's a bit like that conifer. It's probably going to take twice as long as I think. ridiculously planted, to be honest with you. I mean, this is an oak tree, really beautiful oak tree. And then this was planted, what, 6 foot away? Probably, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. And it hasn't been sort of cut back when it was obviously causing problems. So this has got to go. I'm not keen on doing this myself, to be quite honest, but I've got to do it, I think. There's a birch behind, and again, that's only 10 foot away from the oak. But that's staying, because that's a good 50 foot high. But we shall certainly have a go at this. Horrible thing, don't like it at all. Don't want it in my garden, and it's getting it in the way of the oak. So I think I'm going to have a go at that. My mate's coming down in a few days' time. I might even rope him in to help. See what he says. He's a clever bloke. And Jenny, you're not going to stand in at the bottom of it when I'm cutting this time. She'll be locked away safely. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you in about a week's time when we'll tackle this, and also hopefully the septic tank will be diverted right the way through the main border, and then at least we can start cracking on, working out some plans, what we're going to do with that. Anyway, yeah, thanks a lot. See you soon.